Hi guys, welcome to Monty Style. Today is taste. We always do really good food. So today I am making beans and rice, roast con pollo. So you need some sofrito, you need some hondules, which is chickpeas, you need some tomato paste, you need some olives, and some extra olive oil. And most people use the old rice. I use Uncle Ben's pre-made. Makes it easy. It's already washed. So let's get started. It's really easy. So are you ready, guys? Let's make this food happen. Come on over. And first what we do is we turn the stove on high. And we add olive oil. Not a lot, just enough to cover the pan, see? And we're missing one ingredient, but luckily, I'm always prepared. Okay, you need sazon by Goya. Always the 2 oranges, not the white on top, always the 2 oranges. I usually use 3, most people use 2. So as the oil is getting hot, we don't need the oil anymore. We're gonna put that over there. Who knows what I did with the top? And we're gonna bring all of our product over here. And we're going to. And don't forget, you always need 2 spoons. We're going to use our sofrito. And we're going to put it in the pot. We're going to put it in the pot. We're going to put it in the pot and we're going to let it fry. That looks like a lot of oil, but it's not. That's what I like. Some people like a little bit, but I like the extra virgin oil. You mix that in, you let that get nice and hot. While that's getting hot, you take your sofrito and you place it away. So check out the food. I'm going to place it away. And we're going to get our water ready. You always should have your water ready. So we're going to grab our water because I like to fill up. I barely ever measure things because it's just not me. I like to cook, so I know how much I need. So you can decide on what you actually need in your pot, or you can use 2 cups of rice for every 3 cups of water. Okay? Or is it 4 cups of water? I don't know, because I don't measure. You see how nice and hot that is? So we want that to get really hot. So we're going to start opening up our other products so we can get this done really fast. See that sizzling? That's exactly what we want. So I'm going to open up my tomato paste. I'm going to open up my can of beans. I'm going to lower my flame a little bit since that's nice and hot. See, it's nice and frying now. You see that? Isn't that cool? It's nice and hot. So I'm going to put my tomato sauce in. About a 1/2 cup, I do. And I love real tomato paste. Real tomato paste. There's no salt in it or anything. So it's better. So now we're gonna let that get nice and hot again. And as that's getting nice and hot, we're gonna put our spoon to the side and we're gonna open up our salsa. And we're just gonna fling them in. Just like that. Just like that. Most people use 2. I use 3 because I love my rice to be really orange. And this is actually your salt too. So as that's bubbling, you got that going on. You mix that in. You let that get nice and hot. So while that's getting nice and hot, I'm going to cap my tomato sauce and place it on the side. All of my utensils and things I will put away. And get ready for my next thing. Can you hear that bubbling? Sounds good, huh? So now my next thing to do is to grab my rice. Like I said, guys, I don't measure. Sorry. Don't hate if you have to measure. And I mean, don't hate if you have to measure. See, that's nice and hot. I want that to get a little bit hotter. So I'm gonna put it on high, get it nice and scorchy. And I'm just gonna dump my rice in. And I want you to come see how much rice I use. See, I just throw it in there, let it get nice and hot. And I put my rice to the side. And I spread it around, get it all in there. Get it nice and orange. Nice and orange. Nice and orange. Everything get nice and orange. Okay. Then I let it fry. I let it sit there and fry because I want to get my beans ready. So this is what I do. I grab my small colander and I get rid of the juices. And I only use 1 can of beans. Most people use 2, but I like to taste my rice. And the only thing that's actually missing from this recipe is a banana leaf. You are supposed to put a banana leaf inside of the pot and top it so it gets more flavor. But I can't find fresh banana leaves, so I'm gonna put that on the side like that, and I'm gonna stir. Now look how nice and sticky this rice is now. Can you see that? See that? It's sticking to the pot on the bottom. And you want to stir it around, get it nice and fried. Cook that tomato sauce into that rice. See? That's great, right? I'm going to let it sit again. And we're going to stir it one more time around. One more time around. One more time around. One more time around. So now that's doing really good. I'm gonna shake off our spoon. And what I love, we're gonna take our water and we're going to just pour it in. You hear that? Now I usually bring my water to about where the rice is at. The rice is usually here, but I usually bring my water a little bit over the rice, about that much. So that's how much I know my rice needs. Pour a little bit more water, then I'm done. I get all my little bits of rice that are hanging on the side, and I let that start cooking. We wait until it starts boiling, getting a nice boil. I'm gonna add a little more water. And I'm gonna go over to the sink. I'm gonna fill my container up. You should always have your coffee pot or your teapot that you put on the stove with water in it, because you never know when you might accidentally leave it on the stove with no water on, and then it evaporates and it gets too hot and it burns out the pot and it starts a fire. That's a quick tip. So always make sure you have water into your kettles. Never leave them without water. And days later, pour it out and add fresh water. You don't want standing water either. So now that I've done that, I'm gonna get my little bowl out, because while the water is boiling, I'm going to get my olives out. Everybody loves olives inside of their rice, but some people don't. So I only use half of the bottle because I don't want to overpower it. Put that back in there. And here's my thing too. I love chopping my olives to save money. I chop my olives, cut them in half. I do it in the bowl. Sometimes they cut, sometimes they do, but basically they cut as you get the knife in there. So now I have my olives ready. And now my water is starting to boil. Isn't that great? Now you want your water to start boiling really high. Do not turn the flame down. You could be doing something else like cutting your olives like that. Making sure, because I don't like whole olives. I like them to be sliced. But if you buy them whole, they're cheaper. If you buy them sliced, they cost a little bit more. If you buy them with the seed in them, they're actually a little bit cheaper too. But I like the pimento in them. So now that I got that done, I'm going to get my last topping, which would be my cover. Always remember to rinse off your cover. Wipe it out. Place it on the side. I'm gonna start placing your items away. This is garbage, so I place it over here. I'm gonna put this into the microwave. And this is for later. I'm gonna put this away, goes into the refrigerator. And I'm back. And now my water is nice. Look at that. You want to come see how the water should be boiling? See, that's not really as much as I wanted, but it's getting there. It's taking its time because the water is seeping through the bottom with the rice. It's pretty cool, huh? So now that that's done, I'm going to stir it one more time. Get all that in there. And while that's doing that, I have my beans ready. And I'm just going to pour them in. I'm going to pour them in. Most people like to mix them all in while they're frying the rice. I don't, because it makes the beans mushy. My opinion. You make yours the way you like yours. And you just mix that around so all the beans get mixed in. And they're all around, so in each serving, everybody gets bowls. Bowls, I mean beans. And last but not least, I like to throw in my olives with my pimento. You mix that around so it gets distributed in the pan very well. I'm gonna let that boil. And what I usually do, I try to clean up my spills before the stove gets too hot, and then you have to scrub the stove. So I do that. I'm going to top it. I'm going to get my things into the dishwasher. And always remember, guys, if you don't have a lot of dishes, makes no sense to run your dishwasher. And make sure before you put things into your dishwasher, you rinse them off, okay? Because once again, there are not little people in there to scrub these things. Rinse them off first. Because some people think that the dishwasher does it all. It doesn't. Just another quick tip. And that's that going. I don't need the spoon anymore. Oops, what did I not do? Not rinse. That in there. That goes in the garbage. I'm going to put this into a Tupperware. I'm going to place that away. I have to find the top to it. Because who knows what I've done with the top. Let's see, did I leave it down here? No, I didn't. I have to look for it later. But that's it, guys. You let this come to a nice boil at high until you see all of the water has evaporated. Then you turn the stove to lukewarm or medium warm, okay? But you want the rice and the beans to cook as fast as possible with whipping, because this whole pot is gonna take at least 25 minutes to cook on high. But you have to watch it because the water will evaporate and you don't want your rice to burn. So just watch it, and if the water evaporates, keep the top, take the top off, let the air out, put the top back on, turn your stove to low, or just turn it off and let it cook on its own because the pot is already hot. So we're gonna wait 25 minutes and come back to see how our rice did. So I'll see you in 25 minutes because I have garden work to do. So see you in 25. Hi guys, it's been like 25 minutes and guess what? My beans are done. My rice and beans with honduras and olives. Look at that. Isn't it great? So I had time to shower. This is a different green shirt because my favorite color is green. I love green. And new pair of jeans because, you know, you just got to change everything up. But my company's not here yet, so I'm gonna sample because I'm greedy and I like food. I'm a foodie. So I'm gonna take a little spoonful. Look at that. Doesn't that look great? Okay, I don't want to eat too much because I'm gonna fake like I didn't have food with it today. So look at that. That's good. You get to see the beans. Oh, you get to see the olives. Oh. Let's taste this, baby. My mother would be so proud of me. That's really good. But I'm having company over for lunch. So it's almost 12:30. They should be here by 1:30. So we're having rice and beans and marinated steak. Marinated steak in red wine, sea salt, Italian seasoning, and extra virgin oil. It's already pre-prepared. It's right here. See that? And what we're gonna do is grill this. It takes 6 minutes to grill this. 3 minutes on one side and maybe about 1.5 minutes on the other side. I like to do a little bit more longer because people like their food sort of really cooked. I like medium rare. So let's go take a look. Let's go get. So let's go out now to the grill. Hi guys, we're at the grill. It's been raining, so it's a little, but I'll clean it up later. But here we go. The grill is on high, so the heat temperature right now is on searing 600. So what I'm gonna do is turn it down to very low, and I'm going to place my food down. I'm going to open it up to get some of the heat out. Always clean your grill after you've finished everything every time you use it. Quick tip. And most grills are self-cleaning. You leave it on for about 15 minutes, let it get really hot, then come out and scrape it off, and then let it die down and cool off, and then wash it off. So let's start this. And we're just gonna place them on the grill. If the grill starts to cool down, just turn it to medium. That easy. I have a lot of meat here, so I'm going to do it this way. And by the time my company comes, my meat should still be cooking on its own without heat. So I can serve it just like that, because grilled food is always the best. When it's warm, when it's hot, even when it's cold. A few more pieces. You see it has garlic on it. And I'm not a beef eater, but I usually try to eat beef once a month because it's healthy for you. It's good for your blood. So guys, here we go. So now we're gonna start our countdown for 4 to 6 minutes. So we're gonna place it down. And I'll see you in 3 minutes after I after I come back out to turn it over. Might be a little early. I'll be back. That's it. You might as well wait. And I'm back, guys. See how that looks. Now I'm going to turn everything on high. Once I turn it on high, I'm going to turn everything over, because look at that sear. I'm going to turn everything as fast as I can. And try to place the meat back on top of the meat that's already been cooked. Like this, see? Put it back on the same spot because it won't stick. Quick tip. So when you come back to pull it off, it won't stick. See, like that's sticking? But if you put it back on the same spot, it shouldn't stick. So put that there. There. Oh, my meat is cooking. There we go. Nice sears on top. Oop. Top. Ooh. There we go. There we go. And I'm gonna be a little greedy because I like my meat sort of rare. That's good. That's really almost medium. So now that I have that cooking, I'm not gonna leave, but I'm chopping tomatoes with red wine and sea salt. And I'm gonna place that on the side of the rice. I'll show you when I get inside, but I have to run and go get a plate before the meat overcooks. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. I got my plate. It's an old plate. It's one of those classic plates. I love them. It's actually real china, but it's old. It's from my mother's collection. She never used it, but I used it because They say once you pass away, somebody else is gonna use your stuff. So just use your plates. Use your china. Look at that. You think that's ready? I'm gonna be greedy again. Pull one up and take it out. Now that's what I call a piece of meat. That's really good. Medium rare. Oh my gosh. I can sit here and pick all day. I'm sorry guys, it's just really good. But we're gonna take it off. Because once we take the meat off and it sits in the plate, the meat is still gonna cook itself. So, if you see a little blood, just turn it over. I like to see a little blood, that's just me. But most of this stuff is done. Doesn't that look good? Greedy. Me too. And guys, my company is pulling in, so that's great. So about the time I get this inside, I can have some plates already ready. And remember how I said to turn it over and place it back on the same spot where you turned it over on, because it won't stick? Did you see how I was just grabbing things and pulling them up? And there we go. And a quick tip, you want to clean your grill, you want to turn everything on high and leave it there for at least 3 to 4 minutes. And let's go inside. I'll see you inside. All right guys, so here I go. Really quickly, I already have one already sort of sliced. I'm going to slice the other ones really quickly because my friends are parking and they like to talk. I've never seen so many people, especially guys, with their girlfriends. They da-da-da-da-da-da. So, it's gonna be a talkable, wineful day. And you grab your wet wine, your red wine. That's all you need. You don't need a lot. And you grab your little spoon. You stir it, get the wine in there. You grab your sea salt. Throw it in there. Enough to taste the salt and the wine. You're done. And these are from my garden. I only buy red, yellow, and the mixture colors of orange and so red. So now let's plate. Going to bring my pan over. If you have a really good counter, you shouldn't be worried about your counter. It should fit right on. It shouldn't scorch it. You're gonna put your plate on. This rice look good. I'm a little, they not getting too much of this. A little bit more. Hi guys, have a seat outside. I'll be right out there. They like to be nosy when I'm filming. So, and then I'm going to take my tomatoes and I'm gonna put it right in the middle like that. Right in the middle like that. I'm gonna take a little bit of wine there. I'm going to take my meat and put it on the other side. Ooh, I dropped a piece. That's great. That's mine. And I'm gonna set it like that. I'm gonna set another piece like that. Everybody gets 5 pieces. And then I'm gonna serve a salad last. There we go. Put that there. Well, I'm gonna put this on the end so I can eat it. It's on my counter, but good excuse, huh? And I'm gonna wipe my plate down, make sure it's nice and good for them. Can you see that? That's just beautiful. The plate needs to be a little more cleaned up, but it's my friends. So guys, I'm gonna serve them a glass of wine, and we're done. Rice and beans with tomato and wine and seared steak and garlic, Italian seasoning, and red wine. So guys, I have to go serve. I'm gonna get the first plate out there because they like to get upset who's getting served first. So see you later. Can you taste it? Bye guys. Hey now, tweet me, Facebook me.